for today's cup of coffee, continuing on with the David Icke Snippets series. And this is another one. I'm going to put a disclaimer. I think I put the disclaimer on the one before, and it didn't name names. This one names names.
We may or may not have to bleep it.
I hope not. I hope not. But anyhow, because I'm just reading. This is a snippet from David Icke's book, Children of the Matrix. We discussed the Matrix, and that came from his ayahuasca experience.
Mm-hmm.
And the voice. And all this comes from Bibliotheca Pleiades, the Library of Suppressed Knowledge, and by Aurora 025, October 2004. And that was from the Forum FOC website. So that'll be in the description link. They have some really odd things on this Bibliotheca Pleiades. Interesting. So just go through there, and I've enjoyed perusing that. Kid's just sitting here.
Yes.
He's just sitting here.
I'm just here.
Anyhow, because this does name names, this is not me accusing anybody of anything.
It's all alleged.
It is all alleged. It all comes from Mr. Icke's books and this website. So I'm just reading the stuff. I comment along, but I'm just reading the stuff. Views expressed and may not reflect those of the management, I guess. Yeah. And it starts out, Arizona Wilder, who was a recovered mind control sex slave like Kathy O'Brien of Transformation of America book, told me, that is Mr. Icke, how she had conducted sacrificial rituals involving the British royal family, Tony Blair, and famous American Illuminati names like George Bush, Bill and Hillary Clinton, Henry Kissinger, and many others. The highest operative she knew in the Illuminati, she said, was a guy calling himself the Marquis de Lubrix, which meant of water. His code name was Pindar, which she says means penis of the dragon.
Oh, God.
Arizona told me how the Queen and Queen Mother regularly sacrificed babies and adults at many ritual centers, including Castle in Balmoral, Scotland, where they were staying at the time Diana was ritually murdered in Paris.
Okay.
And the royal family involved in human sacrifice was fantastic enough, but here again came the constantly repeated theme. She described how, during the rituals, these people shape-shift into reptiles. Diane Gould, head of the U.S. organization Mothers Against Ritual Abuse, also confirms this theme. And that is an actual organization. And there is a lady, it may have been this Kathy O'Brien, that we need to do a cup on that too. But it's so extensive because as far as her being a ritual abuse victim, I mean, it's hardcore. So this is just the tip of the iceberg on some of this stuff.
Okay.
And it says that in a telephone conversation about ritual abuse, Diane asked me if I could explain why many of her clients reported that participants in the rituals had turned into reptiles. People might want to dismiss all this, but they should know that while they close their eyes and their minds, children are being sacrificed all over the world this very day by the reptilian bloodlines, many thousands of them on the main ritual dates. And since this was written, which, like I said, this was 2004 that this was posted, there's a lot of people questioning some of this stuff now. More than was questioning it back then.
Well, yeah.
So people are beginning to wake up to the harsh reality on a lot of this stuff. Arizona talked about some of her experiences with Queen Mother. She said the Queen Mother was a cold, a nasty person. None of her cohorts even trusted her. They have names and alter mind control program after her. They call it the Black Queen. I have seen her sacrifice people. I remember her pushing a knife into someone's rectum the night the two boys were sacrificed. One was 13 and the other's 18. You need to forget that the Queen Mother appears to be a frail woman. When she shifts into a reptilian, she becomes very tall and strong. Some of them are so strong they can rip out a heart, and they all grow by several feet when they shapeshift. And this is what the lady said who saw Edward Heath among endless others. Of the Queen, Arizona said, I have seen her sacrifice people and eat their flesh and drink their blood. One time she got so excited with bloodlust that she didn't cut the victim's throat from the left to the right in the normal ritual. She just went crazy, stabbing and ripping at the flesh after she shape-shifted into a reptilian. When she shape-shifts, she has a long reptile face, almost like a beak, and she is an off-white color, which this fits many descriptions of gods and the bird gods of ancient Egypt and elsewhere. The Queen Mother looks basically the same, but there are differences. She, the Queen, also has bumps on her head, and her eyes are very frightening. She's very aggressive. Eyes are very frightening? The whole thing is frightening. My God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you know how some stuff has a very distinct feature, like a very specific feature that scares you more than all the other things.
Who could pick out something in that scenario? Really? Anyhow, it continues. I have seen Prince Charles shapeshift into a reptilian and do all of the things the Queen does. I have seen him sacrifice children. There is a lot of rivalry between them for who gets to eat what part of the body and who gets to absorb the victim's last breath and steal their soul. I have seen Andrew participate and have seen Prince William and Charles's sister Anne at the rituals, but they didn't participate when I was there. When Andrew shapeshifts, he looks more like one of the lizards. The royals are some of the worst. Okay, as far as enjoying the killing, enjoying the sacrifice, and eating the flesh, they are some of the worst of all of them. They don't care if you see it. Who are you going to tell? Who is going to believe you? They feel that it is their birthright, and they love it. They love it. End quote.
Okay. That's freaky.
It is, because
just a little bit.
Especially since Andrew, I think he's the one that's still around. Please forgive me if I get some of these people confused, because being American, some of the British royal things I keep up with, a lot of it I don't.
Yeah.
But it seems like Andrew has been in the news quite a bit lately as far as connections with people who did not kill themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Epstein.
Yeah. And it's like I'd rather not be Arkansated because I mentioned certain people's names too.
How the fuck they gonna find us? We're in the middle of nowhere.
Well, they from Arkansas. They in the middle of nowhere too. They have ways. It's like, it's crazy. I mean, that's the thing with all this stuff. It sounds totally insane until you listen and pay attention to what's going on in the news now. Mm-hmm. Because that is one of the things, it was easier to keep this stuff hush-hush until internet. And even they're trying to control that vastly. And that there's all little factions, which is another reason I adore BitChute.
Yeah.
I adore Odyssey. There's something about Rumble, I don't trust it. There's just something that ain't right. So I don't
trust
even.
Any of them.
I don't even.
I don't trust any of them. I don't trust YouTube. I don't trust any social media.
Well, like I said, BitChute, being able to freely speak. There are people that speak very freely. Some of them, you're going, why would you even put that there? And you wonder, it's like, is it bots? Is it 12-year-olds? Is it just...
It's a mixture.
It's
a melting pot of goo.
It's interesting. And...
of yuck.
Yeah, on some of it. Now, not all the comments on BitChute are not, but it's... People are really concerned about commenting, because then somebody will come behind and say something asinine, but
I mean, people
The power
do that in
of
real life,
delete.
too.
Huh?
People do that in real life too.
But that's true. That's true. But in real life, if somebody would say some of these things, somebody would slap the shit out of them, and rightfully
Knock them
so.
the fuck out.
Now my people that have been on board with me on YouTube on our tiny leaky ship, sailing towards
It's
the
not even a
edge.
ship; it's a boat.
Oh,
It's just a tiny little.
We're sailing toward the edge. We want to peer over and see what's on the underside. We do.
Don't step over too far to the edge.
No. But Sir Thomas joined us the other night again after months. And
Heck yeah.
God love him. Have missed him so badly. Had worried and prayed and,
Welcome back. Welcome back to the skeleton crew.
Yeah, really. That's exactly what it is. It is a skeleton crew. So, as far as these people's in positions of power, being the reptilians, that wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Yeah.
And I was trying to find today, there are snippets where they were being videoed and that they shapeshifted.
Yeah.
But anything that I found was like stupid, and so I'm like, I don't want all that. I don't want
the same
to.
Thing with the fucking, it's always the same thing too with the eyes.
Yeah.
It's always the same thing.
But some of them, it was almost like the face sort of for a moment glitched, and you don't know if that's Photoshop or some kind of video manipulation in today's world.
Video glitches can fuck up a face. They'll make it look completely different. So it might have been one of those.
But would it have been on just a specific part of the scene?
Yeah,
it can do that.
It can happen on anything.
Okay. See, I don't know because I am, I am a digital
glitches are
immigrant.
glitches. They're completely random. You have no idea what. Most of the time, if you catch them, then you fix them.
Right. But I mean, these were like during live newscasts and
there's not much
stuff like
fixing
that.
Shit. There's not much. You can't fix that shit.
Right. So that could have just been a, technical issue. It didn't necessarily that they were transforming or that their cloaking device was failing. Now the eye thing's weird.
I mean, some glitches can fuck with the eyes too, but
No, not where the eyes turned black and then they had the little red there where the iris was and it was not human. I saw one of those. I saw one of those.
But there's someone on TikTok
that was of the Queen.
That's his whole shtick, is doing weird shit with his eyes as far as video effects.
I don't think the Queen was wearing scleras.
He doesn't wear scleras.
I don't think
he uses video effects.
I don't think the Queen was doing the video effects on this. I really don't.
It wasn't the Queen recording herself either. Now was it?
I'm just. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Is that the ones that are supposedly caught mid-transformation are people of renown. There's some of them that they don't. I don't even think they bother to transform anymore.
Maybe.
So, but again, this was his naming of the names, was not my naming of the names. I'm sure that we
do not condone whatever the fuck is happening. We do not agree with whatever the fuck.
We don't disagree.
We don't disagree. We understand that everything is alleged and we are not trying to pass this off as fact. Not trying to pass it off as fact at all.
Until it is verified.
Yeah.
This is a possibility.
If it is verified, sure, we will say that it's fact then. Right. But until then, no, it's all alleged. It's all alleged.
So, but
legal reasons.
It's interesting, and this is not new. People have suspected this. There's been many other people other than David Icke that have talked about this. Even if it's not about the reptilians per se, as far as these people being involved in harming children, different things like that, that has been proven. So, truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And it is rather horrifying, the world we're living in right now, and again, like a snowball headed for hell.
I'm ready for the snow that we're going to get.
So, snippets, and then there's going to be the longer one coming up because one of the David Icke snippets led me into another train of thought, another rabbit hole that I was familiar with, which was Mount Hermon. So that one's going to be kind of a little longer.
Yeah.
It'll be a 20-ounce mug on that day. These have been 9-ounce mugs.
20-ounce mug.
Oh, yeah. That's the good mugs. It's one of those that you sit there and put your face in the cup of coffee.
Dear God.
On a cold morning, there's nothing better.
Dear God.
So,
Dear
anyhow.
God. I don't know. I'm not a fucking coffee drinker.
I don't know how that happened. Your father is a coffee drinker.
You're
I'm
a coffee drinker.
I don't know
I'm
what
not.
happened. So, if you've had experiences with the supernatural, paranormal encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, reptilians, royalties, people of renown, any of those things, if you've got local, regional, family, myths, legends. I mean, seriously, if you've heard some of these theories, other places, and want to name names, that would be good. That gives me other rabbit holes to travel down.
Oh, wait, she needs more.
I've got...
You got too many.
I have an index card that I write things down on.
Just one?
Yeah. At this
Just
point.
one.
At this point.
You've had many.
I do. I write them down the index cards and I forget where I put my cards. That's where I didn't
Scattered
take
all over the place.
That's where I didn't take my Stratera days.
It's like,
So,
it's like a detective's office after he like completely tears it to shreds looking for one thing.
Yes, constantly. So if you guys honestly have seen some of these newscasts or whatever it is that where they had the glitches where these people...
Have you seen them happen live before?
Yeah, that would be great. You know, let us know and we'll go back and try to track down whatever it was. And
Yeah, we'll try.
yeah, it's creepy. I mean, have you ever been around people and it's like you saw their face change? It's sort of like He-Who. You know how his face will morph?
No.
You've never seen that?
No.
Oh my God, I've done that.
Your face is morphed?
Well, my face morphs. My God, it morphs every day, and it's just gravity is a hell of a thing.
Damn.
But no,
It's
seriously,
a hell of a drug.
you can.
Gravity, need to get more of that shit.
Yeah, I mean, as far as seeing people's face sort of change, yes, but I see things that other people may not.
I can't say that.
And
I've had
do
bad
not-
vibes from people, but
Yeah.
I can't say that I've seen their face change.
And I do not do the ayahuascas.
You don't do any drug. You're
No.
allergic.
Yes, I smoke cigarettes. That's it.
You're allergic to pharmaceuticals too.
Yes, I do not do well. That's the reason I do supplements and I do use herbal remedies, homeopathic remedies, different things like that. I have not had an allergic reaction to dandelion root to date. So,
Someone get her the organic shit.
now I don't even care about the organic shit. But
Anything.
the dandelions, we can dig those out of the front yard. Yeah, or back
Yeah.
there.
We have to wait till spring and summer
Yes.
first.
I saw one blooming the other day.
It's possibly dead now because it's been cold out there.
Well, that's true. Anyhow, you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Ponder these great ponderings. Reptilians. Reptilians. And hopefully this tangent will not last much longer because it's just like, it's depressing after a certain point.
No. Really?
Hey,
What?
I go for
imagine.
I go where spirit leads. This is where I was led, which frightens me that something's getting ready to happen.
you?
Now, how many times have you seen me talk about stuff and then a little while later it happens?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then people's like, God, you're spooky. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Like little Satan. Not much Satan, just a little bit of Satan.
Did I tell them the email address yet?
No.
cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com.
There you go.
And know that you're appreciated, that you're loved, even if you are reptilian. We'll try to help you. We'll pray for you.
It's a safe space here. We don't judge. Seriously.
No, but we will pray for you. That you
I
be
don't
one
give
of the
a
good
shit
ones.
what you are. As long as you're fine with me, I'm good. As long as you're a good person,
Wait a
you're
minute.
good.
What if everybody out there is a reptilian and they're going, oh hell yeah, they talking about us?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
You act like I give a shit. I'm just trying to figure out my own shit.
Just trying to survive.
Yeah, I'm just trying to vibe. That's it.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that little notification button. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.